Kicked out at 17 with just $12 in a trash bag. Now my family wants to live in my $750,000 home after years of silence and lies. I was 17 when my stepdad Chuck told me to pack my stuff and get out. He didn't even look at me when he said it. Just stood there eating cereal while my mom folded laundry like nothing was happening. He said I reminded him too much of my real dad, who bailed when I was 2. I had a trash bag with some clothes, $12 in my wallet, and a bus pass that was going to expire in 2 days. That first night, I slept behind the Safeway where I used to bag groceries. It was October and cold as hell. A coworker named Rico found me the next morning when he was taking out the trash. He didn't say much, just wrote down an address on a receipt. His cousin had rooms near the community college for cheap. I moved in that day, shared a mattress with another guy who worked nights, so we basically took turns sleeping. I worked at a car wash, the kind where you stand outside in the freezing rain, scrubbing tires for 8 hours. My hands were cracked and bleeding most days, but I saved every dollar, ate ramen, walked everywhere. By 18, I was doing oil changes at a shop down the street. The owner, this older guy named Pete, saw I wasn't lazy and taught me how to do brake jobs and tire rotations. By 19, I had my mechanic certification. Pete made me a junior partner when I turned 22. My mom never called, not once. My stepdad blocked me on Facebook. For years, it was like I didn't exist to them. I didn't care anymore. I had my own life. At 25, I did something crazy. I took out a loan and bought this rundown warehouse space to open my own shop. It was risky as hell, but I worked 12-hour days and built a solid reputation. By 28, I had 3 guys working for me and enough saved to buy a foreclosed house in a neighborhood that was kind of sketchy, but cheap. The porch was rotting, the lawn looked like a jungle, and half the wiring didn't work. I fixed it all myself. YouTube taught me plumbing, drywall, electrical work, everything. Took me 3 years, but I did it. By the time I turned 31, the neighborhood had completely changed. Coffee shops, new apartments, the whole deal. My house got appraised at $750,000. I couldn't believe it. I'd built something real. Then one Tuesday afternoon, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. It was my mom. She was crying, said they lost their house. Chuck got laid off from his job at the warehouse, and they couldn't pay the mortgage. She said they had nowhere to go. I hung up without saying anything. 2 hours later, my gate camera buzzed. It was them. My mom, Chuck, and 2 teenagers I didn't even recognize. Apparently, those were Chuck's kids from his ex-wife. They were all standing there with suitcases. My mom pressed the intercom. Dylan, please. We just need a place to stay for a little while. You have so much room. I looked at the camera feed. Chuck was standing behind her with his arms crossed, not saying a word. Same look he had when he told me to leave. I pressed the intercom button. You kicked me out with $12 and a trash bag. Now you want to move into the house I built? Chuck finally spoke. Don't make this about the past, man. We're family. I opened the gate, but not to let them in. I walked out and handed my mom an envelope. Inside was a prepaid hotel voucher for 7 days and $200 cash. That's more than you gave me, I said. My mom tried to grab my arm. Dylan, please. We made mistakes, but we're desperate. You told me to be a man and figure it out, I said. So I did. Now it's your turn. Chuck stepped forward like he was going to say something, but I just stared at him. He looked old, tired, broken. I didn't feel sorry for him. I walked back through the gate and locked it, turned off the intercom, went inside my house, the one they'd never stepped foot in, and made myself dinner. They stood out there for maybe 10 minutes before they